Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with why I think the NFL is being dumb. Um, so if you haven't heard, the city of Oakland is suing the Oakland Raiders because they're moving to Las Vegas, which I don't really have a problem with because, to be honest, Las Vegas is just a bunch of Oakland Raiders and Dallas Cowboy fans. But I mean, basically, that's basically the city of Las Vegas. They only like the big market teams, like the historic teams, like Raiders and Cowboys. So, anyways, the Raiders they might be moving out a year early. And so here are the sites for the Raiders. They could go play in San Diego, Santa Clara. That would be the old San Diego Chargers stadium, which will still draw a lot of Raiders fans because that's basically whenever the Chargers got the Raiders back when they were in San Diego. It was probably about 70 to 75% Raiders fans in that stadium. And then Santa Clara, which for once that stadium will be packed because Raiders fans travel. So Santa Clara, that stadium, Levi Stadium, that stadium will be packed for once, full of Raiders fans. Um, Reno, California, Reno, Nevada, and Las Vegas, Nevada, UNLV Stadium. Which I mean, if you want to move to UNLV Stadium for a year, fine. The only thing with that is that I know the NFL ain't scared to move a team to a stadium with only 30,000 as they did with the LA Chargers, but fine. Or I heard another possibility is that they move them to St. Louis for a year, and I really don't want to see that. The St. Louis Raiders, that does not sound good. But I saw that report, but I do want to talk about the Reno report. I saw people they're leaning towards Reno, Nevada, University of Nevada's campus, their stadium, which is, by the way, very hard to watch a football field on that stadium. I don't know why. It might just be my TV or the grass. It's just really hard watching a game at that stadium. It's basically like a D3 school field. But anyways, and they were like, "Oh, the Raiders are expanding their fan base to Northern Nevada. Oh, it'll be fun for them to play for a year, get the team some exposure there." Oh, you wanna know my response to that? They don't even need to do that. You wanna know why they don't want to? You wanna know why they don't need to do that? Because the whole state of Nevada is either Cowboys or Raiders. I've been to Nevada twice. Granted, I only been to the Las Vegas side, the southern Nevada twice. It's the same throughout. Trust me. Whenever I go into like a big city, I always walk the streets and talk to people just to get the feel for the city. Like for example, Baltimore, D.C. I do it whenever I have to go down Charlotte, Pittsburgh, Philly. When I'm in New York, I do it. When I was in Atlanta a few times, I did it. When I was in Memphis, New Orleans, I did it. Even like Orlando, I did it. And like Tampa, Jacksonville, I've been a lot of places. I've been throughout the country. So basically, I've been on 2 road trips before. I'm planning my third in the year. I believe I'm planning it for 2022. But basically, if you walk around the streets, you get the feel. I talked to someone from Las Vegas who's from North. I talked to someone in Las Vegas who's from like the Reno area. He told me it's basically a bunch of Raiders fans and Cowboys fans. Actually, more Raiders fans up there in Reno. So once again, I don't understand. I just don't understand why would the Raiders move to Reno to. Oh, let's create a fan base in Reno because we're gonna have a train facility there. Really? I mean, I just highly doubt that they need to create a fan base there. Like just say we're gonna move to Reno because good enough. I mean that to me, Reno should be your last resort, only because of the fact that I mean, if you look at that field, I mean, it's hard to watch a football game on that field. Personally, I think the Raiders should move to San Diego for a year. And really, the Raiders are California's team, like, and Los Angeles team. It's, like, Los Angeles is a Raiders town. Like, I mean, I know they have the Rams in there, I know when they built that new stadium for the Rams, it's gonna be I think 65,000. It'll be mostly Rams fans in those stands. But LA is really a Raiders town. That's where the Raiders should really be at. But they'll never pit them there. And by the way, don't expect this move in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders. Don't expect them to be in Las Vegas for long. I'm just projecting that right now. I think they're just going to be moving back to Oakland or Los Angeles probably by 2050 at the latest, and maybe even earlier than that. Because I think the Chargers are going to be out of Los Angeles within the next 10 years. It is bad for the LA Chargers. Every game's going to be a road game for them, which sucks. And it's not fair to them. Like, they're going to have to move the Chargers back to San Diego. Because at least San Diego, at least they have some of a fan base there. Or maybe move them, I don't know, to Oklahoma City or something. But because I'm telling you this right, or maybe Albuquerque. Because I'm telling you this right now, the Chargers, they do not have a fan base in LA. I walked up and down the streets of LA, and there was no Chargers fans to be found. And I even saw like Pittsburgh fans. I saw Cowboy fans. I even saw Giants fans. So there was no Chargers fans in LA. So I think that Chargers gonna be moving back to San Diego or to like Albuquerque or Oklahoma City. But I just don't understand some of these owners. Like, oh, we're going to move the franchise. Oh, we're going to move the franchise. There was a report today, not related to the NFL, NBA. The Phoenix Suns want a new arena, but according to their owner, if they don't get the new arena if Phoenix doesn't give them the new arena, he's not afraid to move the team to Las Vegas or Seattle. I mean, I just don't understand these owners. The only move I really liked, I could surely say I didn't mind at all, were the St. Louis Rams moving to LA. Only because I don't think that I just don't. I mean, I've never been to St. Louis, but if you look at the crowd sizes, even before that last year when they knew they were probably going to leave. It just wasn't doing it. I mean, they didn't really have much of a fan base in St. Louis. I didn't really mind it that them moving back to LA because at least in LA they have a fan base. Like, that's point number one. You gotta have a fan base if you want to be a successful team. Like the Chargers, they're gonna get ran out of LA. I book it. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I just really don't want to see the Raiders on that field in Reno. I really don't. I mean, I'd rather just see them in Las Vegas and on that 30,000 capacity field. I forget the field's name, but where UNLV plays. I'd rather just see them on a Mountain West field. And Nevada's also in the Mountain West. So, I mean, or how about this? Move the Raiders to Los Angeles for a year. Wouldn't hurt the Raiders to move them there for a year. So we'll see what happens. I think the move to San Diego for a year would be the best if they are forced to move out for a year. I think that will probably be the best case scenario for them to just play in San Diego. But you never know. The NFL is weird. But to me, if the Raiders are forced to move out, just play in San Diego for a year. So that's just my opinion. I just really don't like how the NFL is doing the team moving really on the West Coast, especially with the Chargers. But that's my opinion. I just want to let you know that I think if the Raiders play in Reno for even 1 year, it will be awful. Because that field, I'm telling you, that field where the Nevada Wolfpack play, it's just hard to watch. I mean, I watched a few Nevada games this year, and I was not looking at the television screen. I was just listening to it because that field is really hard. It's really hard to watch a game on that field. So I just wanted to let you all know that the Raiders would be forced to move to Reno. They would lose ratings and stuff. And yeah, so basically that's all I have. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And this is McD the Beast signing off.